Let's make sure that it streams working and everything.
I got you.
Yep, it's working.
Yep.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Dylan, Final One here, and today we are back with another stream. And today I am with King again, and we are going to be doing the predictions of Monday Night Raw. We're going to be talking about Raw tonight, and kind of give you guys a little rundown of what's going on.
Technically Dylan 592 because you're live on your second channel.
Yep, we are live on the second channel.
I am eating right now, by the way, so
We got our WWE Prime as well. Heck yeah. Alright, so what are we going to start off with talking about? You think we should go ahead and start off with the return of a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Alright. So
Bret Hitman Hart is set to return tonight.
Bret the Hitman Hart is returning tonight. Isn't it Calgary, Alberta, Canada? Isn't that where the show is tonight, or?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is. I know that's where Natalya and Hitman Bret is from.
I don't really pay attention to where it's set, so.
Yeah, I didn't really clarify. I think it is Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where they're at tonight. So I know weren't they in Canada last week? I'm pretty sure they were. It might have been Calgary last week. I can't remember. But I know that's where they're from, so. But yeah, it's been a while since Bret has been on Raw. Let's see here.
So you know someone's going to interrupt him tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to... And you know, he's obviously going to fucking suplex or whatever the hell. So the question is just who's it going to be?
That is a good question, because I know someone's definitely going to be coming out and interfering his welcome back, I should say. So
I want to say today, but I don't know if that would be.
I don't know when his last appearance was on Raw.
You couldn't Google it?
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh.
It might have been in the 2000s. It might have been the 2000s, back when... That's crazy.
The 2000s, yeah.
Yeah, because they showed a picture of Raw the last time he was on it, and that was ages ago. I couldn't find a last date of the last time he was on Raw, because he might have made an appearance since his last time actually wrestling. You know what I mean? On Raw, so he might have made an appearance since then and talked, kind of like what he's going to do tonight. But the last time I remember them doing anything big with Hall of Famers was when they did the 30th anniversary of Raw.
Yeah.
I think it was a 30th anniversary, or it was a 20th. It was one of those. I think it was 30 years of Raw, is what it was.
It might have been.
But I don't think Bret the Hitman Hart was on it, though. I know they had Bray Wyatt on there. So I remember visually watching that when it was on TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is definitely going to be interesting to see who's going to come out and... So I don't got anything on my mind of who could possibly come out and confront him. Because there's got to be some sort of a heel going on here, you know? Mm-hmm. They got to have someone come out and, give him some hell, I guess, But it's going to be cool because with the season premiere, we're going to have all 3 of WWE shows on USA for the next 3 weeks until NXT is going to CW. So we're going to have that situation going on there. And then Raw going to Netflix in 2025. So they're calling it WWE Week. I don't know how much commercials. They didn't say anything about any commercial breaks or anything that I know of. I still have yet to hear what Adam Pearce has said too, King.
There is 1 hour of 0 commercial breaks.
Okay, cool. So that has been said. That was probably said in Adam Pearce's video
That was
earlier,
said
wasn't
by
it?
Adam Pearce. Yes, that was said by Adam Pearce.
Okay.
There's
And
also 1 hour of 0 ads on SmackDown on Friday.
okay. So that's half the show there, ad free on SmackDown because it's only 2 hours. Which I feel like they should bump it up an hour, especially with leaving it on TV Friday. You got to think like Friday nights. Most people don't have much to do, or just chilling around at that time. More people I feel like would be able to have time to watch Friday than they would like a Monday night, depending on like their work schedule or something. I mean, most people that have school would be able to watch it.
Speaking of which, there were speculations that excuse me, that SmackDown was going to be 3 hours. It's not. They just didn't include the anonymous in Friday night's thing and Friday night's package on Friday.
Right. So technically when you do go to the shows on SmackDown, you do get 3 hours worth of content. You just don't get that on TV if it makes sense.
That is true.
Because I've been to a few SmackDowns and they've always done like 2 or 3 matches afterwards. And granted, a couple of the SmackDowns were kind of bigger SmackDowns because I went to SmackDown this year. SmackDown I went to was the draft night of SmackDown, and they did a championship match in the WWE Speed. It was Johnny Gargano and Ricochet for the WWE Speed Championship, and then they had CM Punk come out and talk for a little bit, and then Chad Gable came out and gave him some heck, and then Sheamus came out and fought Chad Gable, so that was kind of cool. But they don't show that much on TV. Now, when you go to Raw and they do the main event in the beginning, those do get uploaded to Peacock, so you do get to still see the main event shows. That's just something that they do separately.
Yeah, Raw has more content for people at home, but SmackDown has more content for people who actually bought the tickets.
Yeah. That is true. That is true.
They also have the kickoff shows like the day before, like pay-per-views or PLEs.
Yep. That is true. All right, let's see here. What's the next topic? Because Brett's gonna be starting off the show, I'm pretty sure. Let's go ahead and talk about this women's championship thing. Or it's not a... Wait, no, that's not a women's championship. That's something separate. Because I'm pretty sure they are doing... Wait, are they?
They are doing a women's championship match.
Yeah, it is a championship match.
Yo.
Because Alba Fire and Lyra Dawn won the #1 contenders match last week.
Wait, Dylan, is Bret Hart on Raw?
Is Bret Hart? Yes, he will be on Raw, my dude.
Let's go.
He's going to be starting the show tonight. By the way, you're on the podcast. It's on my second channel. I'm just getting this picture pulled up here so we can talk about this. Yeah. So, how are you doing, 50?
I'm good, you?
I'm doing well, my man. I'm glad you joined. Alright, so we've got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill taking on
Jade are gonna
Alba
win
Fire and Isla Dawn. So
yeah, they're gonna win because they just got the titles back.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely still gonna retain the titles, but the question is this a championship match? I need to look and see on the result or the preview to see if it is.
They confirmed that on their Twitter.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't see why they wouldn't, with it being a season premiere and all the other stuff that they're doing.
Nice Sami Zayn shirt, Dylan.
Yeah, I got this. Funny story. I went to Raw in Columbus the night Becky won the championship after Rhea had to relinquish the title. And they did that battle royal. Well, my buddy wanted a Yeet shirt. He gave me the money for that. And I seen this Sami Zayn shirt over there. I was like, is that adult size? And they said, yeah. And it was only $20. So I picked it up. So I got it for $20. I thought that was a pretty good deal.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was a good deal.
Now, my Cody Rhodes shirt that I got in Cleveland, that was like 40 or $45. I can't remember. But that was like a special limited shirt, you know?
Yeah.
They probably would only make that for if they go back to Cleveland or something. Which, if they do go back to Cleveland anytime soon, it would just be for like a SmackDown or a Raw. Because they're not going to do another PLE that
Roman
soon.
will be on SmackDown this week.
Yes, that is confirmed.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I said that I was going to talk about this last podcast. I said there were 4 people confirmed for SmackDown next week, and I didn't bring it up when I said I would.
Okay.
It was like Roman, and I completely forgot the others because that was 3 days ago.
I'll be sure to timestamp this. I need to get a way to get chat pulled up more. I need to make some overlays for this specific thing here for our podcast so that we can have more here. So I want to get the chat up on the screen with you guys.
Okay.
So Bianca and Jade Cargill are for sure taking on Lyra Valkyria, or not Lyra Valkyria, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. I don't know why I got Lyra Valkyria in there, because there's another match that I was going to talk about here in a second that we're going to do.
Used their names earlier too
But there really ain't much to say about this specific match itself, because we've seen this before, and it's just going to be a rematch.
Oh, did you see the clip where Bryan Danielson versus what's his name?
Did you see Adam Page and Swerve Strickland?
The referee was counting, right? He went to count 1, 2, 3, and then he ended up going right in. He like Danielson to kick out.
Yeah.
I was like, where did bro order this referee? T-mail.
Alright, so now this is the match that I was just thinking of. So Lyra Valkyria and Selena Vega, they need to find a partner. So there's a mystery tag partner for this match. Question is, who's it going to be? And then, obviously, they're taking on Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Sonya Deville. Which, I seen Sonya Deville once. That was at my first ever WWE event. And I haven't seen her since. But she just came back, you know. I think she got an injury. That's the reason why she was out for a while.
Dakota Kai's
welcome to the podcast, my dude.
Hi.
How are you doing
today?
Dylan,
I don't know if you remember I don't know if you remember Friday, but we did talk about Asuka possibly returning on Monday.
But I don't know if Asuka would team up with them, is the thing.
I don't.
Unless she's doing her own gig when she comes back, like doing her own thing. Because I honestly think she would go back with the Kabuki Warriors and Damage Control. Because they were Kabuki Warriors, right? It was Asuka and Kairi Sane, yeah. Which, Kairi Sane, if you guys didn't notice, she had stitches in her eye from last Monday.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I saw that her eye was so red.
Yeah, if she does show up on Raw, it's probably just going to be like a talking segment. I don't think they're going to throw her. I don't know, maybe they will.
Yeah.
They probably got to let her heal, so they might not have her on this Monday.
Well, did you see that Bianca saved her from like hitting her head?
From hitting her head? Yeah, I did see that. But she still caught that on the announcing table. I'm pretty sure it was where she got that gash. That was really close to the eye too. So yeah, I don't know who the mystery partner is going to be for this. Who could possibly show up to
mystery partner for who?
Maybe if like Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Oh.
Maybe if Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai are out, maybe
it's not gonna be Asuka because Asuka's injured.
Asuka should be returning soon though.
That's what I'm talking
She should be fine to return soon.
3 of them are out.
It could be Becky.
Io Sky that could team up.
I don't think they're going to bring Becky. I think they're really kind of trying to let them have some time off, to be honest.
Who would it be
Because
then?
Seth is actually injured. Like, there's something wrong with his knee. And that's why they didn't put him into any crazy matches. And when they did put him into that match, which was it? Clash at the Castle? Was it that? Or am I wrong? Yeah, it was Clash at the Castle, wasn't it?
It was Money in the Bank.
Wasn't it Damian Priest and Seth Rollins, and then Drew came out, cashed in.
Money in the Bank, yeah.
Money in the Bank, you're right. It was Money in the Bank. I totally skipped past that one.
There's rumors that AJ Lee's returning, so maybe be AJ.
Who's AJ Lee?
Yeah, but this is a women's match, my guy. I don't think they're gonna have.
Are you watching the stream?
Yeah, it's gotta be someone that's already on Raw or on the roster already. You know?
Let me see if I can find a Raw roster and maybe.
Who knows? It could be someone from NXT.
Or TNA.
Yeah, or TNA. It could be that one chick from that they've been using on NXT. I can't remember. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Or it could be Jordan Grace from TNA. I didn't even think to put those people into perspective, because they have been doing stuff like this lately. Imagine if Joe Hendry shows up to SmackDown. I don't know. We need to get Joe Hendry in Royal Rumble. If they're not already thinking about that.
Who do you think is gonna win the number one contender for the Intercontinental title, though?
That's a good question, my guy. That is a good question.
I don't think any of them are gonna win it, though.
No. I don't know.
I don't know why they're doing Bronson Reed a big push. I never liked him.
Bronson Reed? Let's see here.
I call him the ripoff of Goldberg.
So, speaking of Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman is in this match. So, is he still going to be injured and messed up as he was last week? But we've got Braun Strowman, Pete Dunne, we got Ilya Dragunov, and Jey Uso. Now, is this the final four-way match? So, like, whoever wins here goes on to fight Breakker? Or do they simplify down to 2 from here? Or I don't know how they would do this. If it's a fatal four-way, then whoever wins this would technically go to fight Breakker at Bad Blood. Right?
Okay, so it kind of muted my mic for a second, but Asuka's back on the official Raw roster. I just looked at their website.
Yeah, so it could possibly be Asuka, which would be crazy because they fought Lyra Valkyria and they fought Zelina Vega when she was part of Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they don't have good terms with them.
Rio.
But if they're really trying to do this return tonight, then that would be the fit in.
You know who else is also on the Raw site? Becky Lynch. So it could be Becky Lynch.
Yeah, because Becky is Lyra Valkyria's friend. But
yeah,
I feel like that's too obvious. I feel like that's too obvious, though.
Well,
Becky Lynch's freaking return is going to be nuts. And I feel like they're trying to wait till it's a PLE.
Well, let me see who else is on here.
Yeah, so people pay for
it. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I feel like for a season premiere, I feel like, you know, with
they don't usually do returns for free.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Tyler Bate?
I'm gonna share you out.
What, Tyler Bate?
Who's that? He's on the Raw roster.
Yeah, he's on the Raw roster.
Who is that?
Tyler Bate, that's the guy that teamed with Butch. Pete Dunne. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the little dude in like the long blonde hair. And he would like I don't know. He would bounce off the ropes with like his arms, like he's diving into the ropes, bounce off, and then come back and do like a. Yeah, it was pretty cool how he does that move.
Oh, yo, Natalia is also back on the website.
That could be their third partner, because
That could be.
If it's in Calgary tonight, that's where Brett's from. That's where Natalia's from, because Brett is her uncle. I'm pretty sure.
And
So,
last week, I looked back at the footage. Last week,
it could be Natalia.
Last week she was talking about we're going to this place next, right? She's like, yeah, I got an idea, and it could be Natalia because
yeah,
she's
could be Natalia.
from Canada. She's from Canada. That would be great.
Someone's gonna be like, it's obviously gonna be Natalia. Some people are like, it's obviously gonna be Natalia.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Natalia, 100%.
Well, I think our three options are either Asuka, Becky Lynch, or Natalia.
Yeah, for that match specifically, for sure.
Yeah.
I thought she didn't even re-sign with WWE though. I thought she
Go ahead.
Because her contract thing went so quiet that she hasn't even wrestled in a while, has she?
Who, Becky Lynch or Asuka?
Both. Technically.
Well, all
Asuka's
three
been
of them,
out more. Yeah. I think Asuka's been out longer than Becky though. At this point.
Yeah, she had like a surgery on her leg.
Yeah.
Her leg is healed now. So, I don't know. She is on the website, so she could make her return tonight.
Yeah.
Just not in that match. And, so is Becky Lynch. There's all these wrestlers on the Raw roster.
Even though I don't really like Becky Lynch anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, she's kind of done everything she could do.
She kind of got boring.
But.
Especially when they made her title again, or champion again, bro. That shit got way too boring.
So what do you guys think about this four-way match with Strowman, Pete Dunne, Dragunov?
I think it's gonna.
Well,
it's not gonna be Jay.
We need to get Jay. We need Jay though. We need him to win this though.
It's not gonna be Jay though. He's gonna be part. He's gonna be part of the bloodline story with Roman.
Not.
Yes, he will be.
Eventually, I think he will get wrapped back up into the bloodline with. Yes, I do agree with that. It's going to happen, but it's not going to happen anytime soon.
And it's also. Why do you think also Sammy isn't Intercontinental Champion anymore?
Yep, and they were wearing red at some point too. Yeah. KO had red on. Like everybody's Kevin Owens, Jey Uso.
Imagine all these people against the bloodline.
Jey Uso's hair is turning red again.
They're gonna form back with Roman and help defeat Solo's bloodline. That's what I think's gonna happen.
And the Rock's on Solo's side.
I was pretty sure Jay and Sammy would get involved in the Judgment Day storyline though.
Yeah.
Because Jay was tagging with Damian last week, and Jay has Rhea Ripley's number. So I don't know. I feel like Jay has a better chance of getting involved with the Judgment Day storyline than he does with the Bloodline storyline.
And
if he wins tonight, then he focuses on becoming Intercontinental Champion, and Rhea Ripley and Damian.
Someone's gonna. Jimmy's gonna return soon. So what? Like if someone blindsides Jay, Jimmy's gonna come back, and that's where they bring back the Usos and whatnot, and then they try, and Roman tries to get them back.
Yep.
Right. For the people wondering, the Usos has a Twitter account. Jay's been mostly, Jay has been on that account for however long, but Jimmy Uso just got access to it again, and he teased a possible return to SmackDown.
Yep.
So
if Jay doesn't win, he's gonna end up getting involved with the, Rhea Ripley and Damian, and then
or the Bloodline,
possibly, or the Bloodline. I think that's still gonna be something that's gonna occur in the future.
The Rock is in charge of Solo Sikoa. The Rock's telling Solo Sikoa what to do.
What if The Rock is behind Solo Sikoa doing what he's doing, and then when Roman comes back, he has to fight The Rock, and then that's when they need the Usos, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn to help fight Solo and, you know, the rest of the group.
But
Tama
you
Tonga,
really
Tama
think
Loa.
you really think Kevin Owens would help Roman after all that?
Yes, they will. They will. If it's coming down to making the
Yeah,
I
we
don't know how to
talked about this
explain it.
last
Like
podcast.
taking the wrong and making it right. You get what I mean? I think that they would.
Yeah, we talked about this last podcast. You know, Kevin's been feuding with the Bloodline since it began, and you know, Randy Orton never really forgot about being put into triple fusion back surgery. You know, when he came back at Survivor Series, he was willing to attack Jey Uso.
Yep.
Even though he was his teammate. So we kind of thought, you know, I feel like Cody is the only one that's gonna trust Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Yes,
And it's probably
Randy's
gonna be like a cycle throughout the coming weeks that they're gonna
Randy's
try to
turning-
get Kevin and Randy to trust Roman, and that's probably gonna lead to something in Survivor Series or Bad Blood.
Yep.
Yeah, but Randy's gonna turn heel.
I don't think so. You mean KO? Do you mean
Kevin
KO?
Owens could still possibly turn heel.
Randy hasn't returned yet. I don't know what you're talking about.
It could be both.
Randy hasn't returned yet.
Yeah, he hasn't since. I thought he was going to be the one that came out and helped Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens didn't need help in that triple threat.
Well, you know, KO has a tag team match against A-Town Down Under next week, and he has to pick someone to be his teammate. So I don't know. Maybe it's probably going to be Randy Orton since Cody has a steel cage match that night.
So, let's talk about this.
Oh yeah, this is going to be my favorite
street fight we got going on here.
Yeah, unless if they want to pay Cody more to wrestle 2 matches.
The 6 in a street fight. So this is going to be interesting to say the least.
There are wrestlers who have done 2 matches in one night, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, The Rock did it, and so did Cody and Seth.
Yep.
And so did Roman.
Nia Jax was in 2 Royal Rumbles, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, I think she's been in more than that, though.
Well, two Royal Rumbles in 1 year.
She got RKO'd by Randy Orton, I remember that.
Yeah, technically, because they do them every February, so. Or is it going to be January? It might be February. I know last year they skipped like 2 months before they did PLE. That was for Royal Rumble. They did 2 months of Roll, so 4 or 8 weeks total of build-up before they did Rumble.
Yeah.
And it's just here lately they've been doing it every 4 weeks, PLEs.
Was there no TLC? What about tables, ladders, and chairs? What happened to that?
I don't know. That was something that they did back in... They stopped doing, I think, in like, what, 21 or 2020 or something like that?
They stopped doing TLC?
Yeah, they don't do tables, ladders, and chairs anymore unless it's just a specific match. He accidentally left.
Who did?
King. There we go.
I got mad.
He got mad.
I want Big
So yeah, really, unless it's just like a match that happens, it's not going to be a whole event anymore, from what I'm seeing.
You know,
I know
who
they
could
used to make it its own PLE, because they came to Columbus a few years back.
You know who could also return tonight? I was just looking through the roster again, and Ivar is on that list again. Ivar is also on the Raw roster. And you know, he has been teasing a return on his Twitter, so
yeah, and they need when he does come back, or if he does come back, they need to have him play a different character. You know what I mean? Like, the Viking Raiders was a tag team type of thing. I mean, I feel like he would be, because I've seen him over on NXT as his own like kind of character and like blue jeans and whatnot. And I feel like he is better off doing something like that than he is still
it's
playing
like
the
just
Viking
Ivar.
Raiders character, you know, because I don't think Eric is returning. I don't know what happened with Eric, the other Viking Raider, but he's been out for well over a year now.
Yeah, it's like just Ivar. I don't see his tag team partner on here.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever coming back.
But yeah, this
Ivar?
American made, and the 6 is probably going to end up obviously winning this match, right?
Yeah.
But they have odd numbers
someone's
too.
gonna
The 6
interrupt
has
in the
odd
Dom
numbers.
match. Someone's gonna interrupt in the Dom match. You know that.
Yeah.
That someone's gonna be Liv Morgan.
So there's a problem here. There's a problem with
the
this match,
Dragon
and that is
match.
that all 5 members of the Wyatt 6 are in the thing. So who's actually wrestling and who's not? If all 5 members,
if all 5 members
6
versus 4, it's not going to be very fair. So
I want to say Uncle Howdy sits this one out, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It leads me to wonder if Otis is gonna sneak out. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I doubt it because, you know, obviously they're feuding. But it would be interesting to see Otis kind of like walk out during the match. Alright.
Yeah.
So. Someone getting rid off.
I don't want to see Otis return with Chad.
Apparently, Ivy's gonna get rid off tonight.
Oh, really?
Wait, what'd you say?
Ivy? It said apparently Ivy's gonna be written off tonight.
So what? This could be her last?
Maybe.
So we've got.
I feel like that would be cool. Imagine like, you know, Nikki Cross just strangles her until she faints, and then she doesn't come back.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. Because we haven't seen really Nikki's full potential yet as this character. We've seen Bo. We've seen, you know, the rest of them fight, but we haven't seen
Nikki
much
Cross
with Nikki yet, you know? So it's going to be interesting to see how she plays this character out. And
I am so excited for Nikki Cross.
Months ago, when Nikki Cross was on there, on TV, if you didn't notice, they've been hitting this. Obviously, they've been hitting this Wyatt 6 stuff for a long time.
I saw this in the Royal Rumble. She just stared.
She just stared. Yeah, she just stood there and stared, bro. We should have caught on to something like that, but we didn't know, you know, at the time. They're doing that before our eyes right now with certain things that we just haven't caught up with yet. You know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that they're putting out there that it's really hard to say because you don't really know that stuff until later on. Oh, that connected with that years ago, you know? It's like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
And it leads you to wonder how long this Liv Morgan thing and Dominic thing was going on before we even started to speculate, you know, the room key, you know, Liv doing her thing. Because Rhea took Liv out way before she came back and then did the same thing to Rhea.
I just want to say, Dylan, they've been hinting this storyline for a lot longer than you think they have.
I know, because I came into it way before, like in the middle of it almost, you know? When I started watching it again.
Stuff, yeah. The love triangle. Yeah, they've been hinting the storyline a lot longer.
Hubert was the one that filled me in on when Edge returned to SummerSlam, I think it was, or he returned to something.
I don't blame
and he came
Dom
after
for choosing
Damian
Liv,
and everything, and Hubert just kept saying, "It's Judgment Day. It's Judgment Day. The day has come. It's Judgment Day." And I'm like, what is this? And then finally, after I, you know, got caught up with everything, I realized what everything was going on. Edge started that group. Yeah, he basically started that group, and then Dominic, you know, backstabbed everybody. Even Ray was like, what the heck, you know? And then he just turned heel.
Yeah. And then Edge went to go play Aries in
he went to jail and stuff, and they showed up at that.
I don't blame Dom for choosing Liv over Rhea.
No one does. No one does 50 cents. No one does.
Yeah, I know.
No one
Liv is hot.
Everyone does, but then again, it's like if you was in that position, it'd be kind of hard because it's like if you break Rhea's heart, you're dead, and if you if Liv breaks your heart, she's with someone else, you know, because she's gonna, you know. That's just the issue there.
I hope they do like a Jay and Rhea Ripley storyline. Although I don't know how Jay's wife would feel about that.
I mean,
you know, these wrestlers
are married too. So I mean, there wouldn't be no difference.
Yeah, and Dom kissed.
And Dom kissed Liv, so I mean, obviously there was some. Maybe Dom's wife likes Liv too.
They can have threesome.
Who knows what could happen there? But yeah, that's definitely crazy. No, I'm sure that obviously they're all for it. You know, it's part of the story. It's part of the entertainment. You know, they know it's not anything that's set in stone. It's just part of the act, and it's like
Hopefully
playing a movie.
Tonight.
It's just live. People behind the scenes have to choreograph their stuff, but they're still doing it. Doesn't mean that the movie's fake. It just means it was pre-recorded. And WWE's not pre-recorded. It's just scripted.
I mean, on Chris,
you go out, you guys do this. They practice it beforehand, and then they go out and they just do it. And do they get hurt? Yes. Sometimes they get hurt. Are they going out there intentionally hitting each other? No. It's just part of the camera angles and stuff like that, But they do get hurt. For instance, Kairi Sane just about had her eye taken out, It's crazy. Slip-ups are bound to happen, Heck, you could fall off your couch and break your arm. It's just all on how you fall, It's just all the training and stuff that they go through. It's like, it's crazy how they, their bodies are going to be broken down in the future, but it's like, and now that they're bringing Dragon Lee back in the scene, I don't know. Is he more of like a free agent? I don't
know.
Because I don't know if he's like set in stone on the Raw roster.
He's on NXT as well, right?
Yeah, that's why I said I've seen him on NXT bouncing around. I don't know if he fully is on Raw or not. Because, like I said, he was out there for a little while. It's probably just because they didn't.
Yeah.
I see they do that a lot too. They'll pull people when they don't have anything for them involved with a storyline. You know what I mean? Because like right now, really, they don't have any reason for Becky and Seth to be there. They don't have a storyline for them to lead on, So they just put them in the background, and then when they are, physically ready, they'll, tie a storyline in when they come back, But I think it's going to be at like Royal Rumble or something when we'll see like Becky and Seth back. I really do. But if Becky returns tonight for that one match, it's going to be crazy. To help Lyra and Zelina.
Yeah, well.
Because that's really the only thing I can think of, other than it being, Asuka maybe returning, or Natalya, obviously.
You want me to list all the additions to the Raw roster?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, let me scroll to the. Let me scroll back to the thing. Select Raw. Okay, let's see here. Asuka and Becky Lynch are added back to the thing. Are added back to the Raw roster. Cruz del Toro, be part of LWO.
Okay. Yeah, he is. There should be another one, Joaquin Wilde, too.
I'm back again.
What's up, Huber? So we're talking about the Raw roster right now. So we're talking about people that, well, King is talking about the Raw roster right now. Everyone that's on the Raw roster at the moment.
Well, anyways, I got something funny I want to say.
What, Huber?
It's Tony D'Angelo.
Wait, really? You know what's crazy? I actually seen Tony once. I think it was at SmackDown before Cleveland.
Basically, the reason I say I almost won is because I forgot to lock in right at the last moment, right when it counted the most.
Yep.
If I would have just done 8 more damage to the guy, I would have won. I would have won the
you say you used Tony?
thing. Yeah,
Wait,
I used Tony in it.
Okay. Was it for like an NXT thing or something, or what was it?
OC named Kai Woken.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I eliminated a former world champion. And his ass only did nothing.
Oh.
He ain't done nothing, Reed.
Hold up.
He ain't been...
Hold up. What happened, King? There we go.
I don't know why it does that, but whenever I go to a new tab, it kicks me out of the call.
I wonder why that is. Probably because it's a stage or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but
yeah, the new additions to the Raw roster is Ivar, Natalya, Asuka, and Becky Lynch. So
they've returned back to the roster.
Yeah, those 4 could return either tonight or sometime soon.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a high chance.
I feel like Natalya is gonna probably be that special partner because I think they are for sure in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and that's where Brett is from. That's where Natalya is from. Because Huber, am I right about that? Isn't Brett and Natalya related?
Yeah.
Is that her uncle or?
I think that's the father. Isn't her father like someone in
I don't think that's her father. Because
Wasn't
I think
her
that
father...
goes farther back.
Her father was in the business, right? Her father did something, right?
Her father is Owen Hart, I believe.
Yeah.
Someone look this up.
Yeah, so Brett is her uncle.
Okay. I thought it was like the Big Show or something. I was gonna be completely wrong.
The Hart family tree extends 4 generations. Natalya, whose real name is Natalie, is the only active Hart in professional wrestling today. She's the 3rd generation wrestler, following footsteps of her father, Jim Neidhart, and her uncle, Bret Hart.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Jim Hart. Not Owen Hart. I meant Jim Hart.
Yeah.
Owen Hart, I believe, is the one that died, isn't it?
Owen, yes. He's the one that fell from the ring.
Yeah, he's the one that fell.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, it was like one of the biggest professional wrestling mishaps ever, I would say. Because that was something that could have been prevented.
Yeah.
It definitely was crazy. Yeah. You know, like today's TV, you would never see that. They would have that cut out before it happens, in a way. But like back then, you know, they didn't have all that technology to like really, you know, bleep or you know what I mean, like censor all that out. So I know JR had to talk about, you know, what happened, and he had to update everybody on Raw later that night, you know, the condition and what happened.
First time a WWE wrestler actually died.
I don't know if that was
but
the first time.
Like died.
He wasn't that high. He shouldn't have died. He wasn't that high. He was pretty high, but he wasn't that high.
He was suspended, and then I think something malfunctioned, and he crashed to the ring in the middle of the ring.
I don't know. I don't
Here,
know.
let me watch it.
All right. So the last topic that we need to talk about, at least for Raw, and then we can talk about all the random stuff, again.
Talk
We need to talk
about
about Drew
Thomas and
McIntyre.
Dragon.
We need to talk about
Oh
Drew.
yes, my favorite.
That's the last thing we talked about. Drew is going to be making a statement today. We're going to hear from Drew and see. I don't think he's going to be a very happy Scottish warrior. Let's just say that. I think he's going to be enraged, and I think he's going to
I'm sure he's happy he has the bracelet back and destroyed.
He's going to tell us that he had to do what he needed to do, and simple as that.
Bro, Drew absolutely destroyed CM Punk last week.
Oh yeah, bro. And that bracelet, guys, that was not okay. So that bracelet was given to him by a fan at WrestleMania 40, and it had his dog's name on it and his, I think his wife or his daughter.
Apparently, he fell right in front of a child too.
Yeah, I don't know, but that that bracelet was given to him by a fan, and somehow WWE drug that into the storyline. And then it was broken last weekend, shoved in CM Punk's mouth, and then he got claymore again.
People are saying that the person that made the bracelet should get a WWE Hall of Fame spot.
That, or they should like, I don't know, something. They need to do something with that. Like, get her some free tickets to Mania next year or something. You know, that would be cool.
Imagine they did give a fan a WWE Hall of Fame spot.
That would be
just
crazy.
For giving Punk a bracelet. That
I don't think it would go that far, but it that's what people insane.
That's what people want. People want her to be in the, or him. I don't know it. I never really found out who gave it.
Right.
Who actually gave him the bracelet? But you know, people want the person that made the bracelet to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I seen that, and I seen that post. Her post started trending, the one that she had from WrestleMania with the pictures, and then she had to make another post saying, you know, I'm sad to see that my bracelet was broken, blah 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 blah. But she said she was very grateful that it got tied into like the storyline and stuff, and that she was very grateful for that aspect. She never would have thought that it would have gone that far just over a bracelet being given to a wrestler. You know, it was just something she made out of her own will and was hoping to see CM Punk there, and seeing CM Punk and gave him that bracelet, and it just so happened to be it just was part of the storyline.
I just looked it up. It's a replica. It's not the same bracelet. So they didn't actually destroy a fan's bracelet on live TV, but
they made a replica of it to make it seem like they probably have already reached out to her because of how much her traction her post started getting after that Raw. You know what I mean? People were like, yo, Punk just, you know, everyone was like, yo, McIntyre just destroyed the bracelet, and like, holy crap, and blah blah blah. It was crazy.
At least it might be a replica. I'm not going to confirm anything because
it's kind of split. I could see them doing that just because, you know, it was a fan's gift, but then again, you never know, and the fan probably isn't all that. You know, I'd be more happy that it was a part of the storyline. Who cares if it got broken, you know? Like seeing Punk just Claymore, you know, or just Claymore seeing Punk with the bracelet in his mouth. Like, oh my goodness.
The thought of destroying something from fans on live TV is kind of fucked, but then again, you know, they do rip signs every night.
Yeah.
They do rip signs every
night.
That
one sign, so, I think who was it, Kev? Who was it? Kevin Owens? He said, rip this sign, and he shredded it up.
Yeah. So I don't know, I guess the idea of wrestlers destroying fan stuff, I guess it's not that far-fetched.
Right.
But I don't know. It could be a replica. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. So,
but yeah,
is there anything else that you'd like to add on that's not? It could be a part of tonight. It could be SmackDown. It could be just anything you guys want to put out there before we actually
see the trailer for the Vince McMahon documentary?
Isn't that on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay, so I have seen it, but I haven't seen the video. I am waiting to get my Netflix resubscribed until Raw actually moves. Because I want to wait, and I don't want to be paying for Netflix when I'm not going to be using it, you know? Because I'm only going to use it for that aspect. Because you got to think, Netflix, don't get me wrong, it's a good platform. I just feel like there's a lot of movies that on there that have been seen multiple times already, or you know what I mean? Like it's a bunch of movies that you've seen 20 times from now. There
I don't
is
know
Netflix
why.
originals. There is some new movies that do make it to Netflix, but for the most part, Netflix is purely like a red box. You remember Redbox when you could get
Yes.
your DVD from the for $1 and return it from Walmart, McDonald's. Well, that slowly has faded away. And since then, I think Netflix has kind of gave us that kind of a draw. Because they used to, I mean, granted, Netflix would have new movies in there that you could get. But I just feel like Netflix is more of like, here's like a pool of old movies and just like good movies that you might have seen. You might not have seen them all, but they're more of like, movies that have been out for a while. That's the last
Yeah.
time I've been on Netflix. That's what I experienced. I experienced movies that I have already seen before, and I just didn't see any drive to, keep my Netflix. Not that I'm saying Netflix is in a bad move, because, regardless where WWE goes, they're going to get traction. They can go, they could go anywhere, literally, with WWE, and their fans are going to follow them. That's just how it works. You know what I mean? It's like you
Yeah.
guys, if we would have lost, for instance, the stuff with the strikes and stuff, that wouldn't have worked out well. We would have made it work somewhere else, and that's just, with me meeting all you guys would have wanted to know where I was at, so, and you guys would have been there. It's just like you guys, sometimes you guys, I'm like, where are you guys? Are you guys all right? What's going on? Like for instance, Sean, he's been in the hospital for a couple weeks, and I guess he had like pneumonia and stuff. Did you hear about that, 50?
Yeah, he's out now though.
Yeah, he's out now, but like, just I always like to keep up to date with you guys. I don't want to know your personal stuff, That's just stuff you don't want to keep on the internet. I would never obviously go that far with it. But if you guys are hurt, I want to make sure you guys are all right, That's why I'm here for all of you, is you guys are just for me, Just tuning in and watching me, is cool and all, but if you guys, have questions or have anything that need to be answered, or, you want to know what I'm up to, you guys are more than welcome to message me. And I feel like a lot of fans feel like they're bothering me if they message me, and you don't. You guys, I could have 1,000 messages a day, and I would still try my best to get with every single one of them at some point, It's just one of those things. Sorry, I feel like I was ranting a little bit. I just kind of had to get that off.
It's all right, man. It's all right. What do I want to say? I completely forgot. Yeah, the Vince McMahon documentary isn't out yet. I technically didn't see the trailer. I've seen clips of it online. It looks kind of cool, and yeah.
I definitely want to watch it at some point.
What else do I want to talk about? Talk about the Fox.
Redbox? Is that what you're talking about? Or
no, Fox.
Oh, Fox. Now that they're not on Fox anymore?
Yeah, SmackDown.
Yeah.
It's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be interesting on Monday. Not Monday. It's gonna be interesting on Friday.
Oh yeah. Especially with the steel cage match, undisputed title with Solo.
I would imagine they're probably also gonna put the tag team championship titles on the line.
Yeah,
night.
I would imagine so as well. They're probably going to have a couple championship matches going on SmackDown.
I'm going to have a shower and I'll be back, guys.
All right, well, we're probably going to be getting ready to wrap this up, 50. So I appreciate you tuning in. We do this Mondays and Fridays now. So just keep that in mind. If you ever want to come on here, you're more than welcome to join.
Yep.
When you see us on
here. See ya.
All right, my dude.
Yeah, we'll see if we have the mental capacity for NXT.
Yeah, we're just going to see how this goes. But I still need to get more into the NXT roster, because we need to cover at least August 1st or October 1st and October 8th, because CM Punk's going to be on NXT, because that's the first night of them going to CW, and then also they're gonna have Randy Orton on NXT on October 8th.
Yep.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen. I'm sure some young gun's gonna get in a feud with him or something, and he's just gonna tell you, "Oh, I've been doing this longer than you have," and blah blah, blah stuff like that, probably. Unless Randy Orton or CM Punk gets into some sort of fight, but with that being the case, then that means that CM Punk probably isn't going to be out for very long, because that's not even a month away.
Yeah.
So CM Punk will probably return soon, like in the next couple of weeks, unless they hold him off until he goes to NXT.
I also think tonight the tag team titles will probably be on the line because they haven't been defended
at all. It seems like
since they got the titles, they haven't been defended at all. So
really.
I have a feeling that with it being the premiere of the new season, could be tonight.
Yeah, that could be possible.
What else? I
feel like we're missing something that we didn't talk about.
I feel like we are too. Let me check WWE's Twitter because maybe they posted one last thing.
We talked about Dragon Lee and Dom. We talked about Drew, which we just got done talking about. We talked about the mystery partner for Lyra Valkyrie and Zelina. We talked about Brett coming. We talked about the Six and American Made fighting in a street fight. We talked about Bianca and Jade versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, which is a tag team match for the championship match, or the championships. And then we also talked about Braun Strowman, Pete Dunne, Ilya Dragunov, and Jey Uso fighting in a four-way to go up against Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. Which, in my opinion, I feel like for that one, I feel like they need to...
Yo, what the heck?
They don't need to add...
Boys.
They don't need Dragunov to win this match because Breaker and Dragunov have fought so many times in NXT and so many times already on Raw. It's insane. So I feel like if anything, they're going to have Jay or Pete win. Because I don't feel like Strowman's going to win this match. I just don't feel like they're going to give him a chance. Because he's already injured. And I feel like the only way to make it not seem like it's something that's already happened before is to not let Dragunov win. And then Jay, it gives you two options. If Jay wins, he's going to go on to the championship and hopefully win. But then again, maybe not. And if Jay don't win, he's going to probably end up getting wrapped up into the Judgment Day storyline for a little bit. And then when he does go to the Bloodline stuff, that's probably what will happen. All right, go on, Hubert.
Before Hubert, I'm sorry, but I said one more thing I wanted to say.
Okay.
There's another TNA person going to NXT. I'm not very caught up with NXT, but I know that there's like a lot of TNA stuff going on in NXT.
Yeah.
And apparently a TNA champion is doing a open challenge on NXT.
Okay.
Jordan Grace?
Yes. Jordan Grace.
Yeah, she is the first.
She is pretty good.
I have no clue.
So, I don't know who could possibly fight her. I have no idea because I'm not really that caught up with it over there.
But I think it's going to be Sting.
Sting?
Yeah, we're not...
You goober, what are you talking about?
We're not very caught up.
Sting.
Sting's on AEW, and Sting's not a girl, so this wouldn't be involved with this match.
I can dream.
You be Goofy Huber.
A man can dream, alright?
I know.
Guys.
It would be cool to see Sting on WWE.
I'm either going to get my wish to play Gang Beast with someone I'm friends with, or I'm not going to get my wish and he's going to play GTA 5 Chaos Mod.
Okay, this doesn't really involve wrestling, does it, Hubert?
It does not.
Okay, then don't join to say something like that unless it's wrestling.
Well,
Goober.
Anyway, something that is about wrestling.
Yes.
Go ahead.
me getting robbed by a guy may
Okay.
or may not be paying off.
Wait, are you talking about in the wrestling server?
Yep.
So, what do you mean by that? Like, that means that
Basically,
he's possibly paying it off to where he's winning and beating you?
no, to where I may get a title shot.
Oh, well then take
'Cause
the
he's a
opportunity,
champion.
Hubert, and use it.
And basically, the reason I'm saying that is because the owner said, just watch Velocity, which is where he is a champion in.
Okay.
He
So
is the
Hubert might be
Velocity
a champion soon.
As Tony D'Angelo, yes.
That would be cool. Is that your main
Yeah,
character
so,
in that in the wrestling group?
I might become a main character.
Okay.
And the fact that I eliminated a former world champion and I don't get shit is crazy.
Right.
Cause bro is one of the top people. He is 5-1, and that one loss is because of me. Me being 3-1 is utter BS.
Yeah, you gotta step up, Hubert. Show him
Guys,
Huber's
somehow,
ability.
Freak Bob
You gotta
has
pull
more
out
wins than
your
Slim
finisher,
Shady.
Huber.
Yeah, but anyways,
You
freaking
gotta whip out the
Mr.
goofy Hubert on
Sandman.
him, and then you'll win that championship in that title match.
Yeah, but as I was saying, somehow Mr. Sandman has less wins than Freak Bob.
What the heck?
Yes, someone submitted Freak Bob. It was hilarious.
Alright, so I think we're probably going to wrap this up. King, is there anything else that you had to say about tonight's Raw? Hubert, you got anything to say about tonight's Raw?
Penis.
Are you going to be watching?
Penis.
Hubert, no, you're not going to be saying that, my dude. We're going to remove you. I don't know why we'll make sure you never join this again.
Why? I was
Because
goofing
you're
around.
not you need to not join and mess around, bro.
I did wanna talk about some of the small
You're in high
news.
school, bro. You need to not. You're older than this. Why are you acting like a kid?
Because I am a kid.
He'll never break out of being a kid.
I'm still a goofy goober.
He's technically, I don't know how to explain it.
I'm
We'll just
still a
leave it as
kid.
goofy goober, you know.
Yeah. Because I am goofy and silly.
Alright, I'm gonna get into like some other WWE.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Okay. We need to
Cody
have a
Rhodes-
talk with Hubert. We need to make sure that he is joining to talk about wrestling and not just being a goober.
Yeah.
Because trust me, he is way older than he sounds, guys. Trust me.
I have no clue how old he is. Alright, so do I get into the other stuff?
Yep.
Okay. Cody Rhodes and WWE are getting sued by a hard rock band named American Nightmare. The reason WWE is getting sued for Cody's nickname.
You are
Apparently,
correct
the
on
rock
this.
band had originally had the trademark since 2006.
You are correct on this. I did see that yesterday, and that is a true fact. And they had that issue with Yeet with Jay, and they actually got the Yeet to work. So I'm wondering if they're gonna have to do like a payoff thing to get the name to still work. Because if not, then they're gonna have to go through every single WWE that they've used with that specific name and cut it all out.
Yeah. That's
Because
like,
it wouldn't be allowed to be on there. That's just like them telling me, doing the same thing that they did with me. It's like, oh, we're talking about wrestling now. We're not doing what we did before, the matches and the shows, because I understand that. But then again, it's like, why are other people still doing it? Why are other people not getting punished yet? And maybe I'm just kind of like the set creator stone, the set in stone thing where it's like, maybe they're going to do it to me because maybe I will rely the message to maybe help keep people from doing this. Because I think that's their whole thing, is trying to stop it from being shown. But then again, I feel like they're being a little too lenient because they're using copyright stuff every day too, And then again, it's like, I'm not using their movie, I'm not using their show and posting it on my YouTube. I'm literally making my own thing out of it, which is, you know, I just don't get that, and I never will understand that. But it's like, I sent my appeals and stuff like that, and they didn't want to, you know, they didn't do anything with it. So technically, if I wouldn't have deleted the videos, I would still have them by law. It's like, why strike me if you're not going to do anything about it? You know what I mean? It's like, if I'm striking someone over them, you know, posting a video of mine without them asking me, then again, I am going to be a lot more lenient, you know? I'm going to be a lot more lenient in that instance, because I just don't, I know how it feels to, you know, get that, you know, restriction. But one of those other things, it's like, it just don't seem right. It just seems like I was single-handedly, you know, written out of the equation, you know? Like, they just didn't want me specifically doing it for some reason. And I don't know why that is, because I just can't wrap my mind around it, other than because it blew up the way it did, or how my shows were doing, or what. I don't know exactly the reason behind it, because it don't make sense to why older stuff got, you know, taken off too. It's like, if that wasn't, you know, supposedly an issue, why didn't I have that issue when I first done it? You know, why did we have to wait until SummerSlam for it to become an issue?
Yeah.
But,
I'm looking at SmackDown's roster, and Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles is on there.
Okay. So,
you know,
we could possibly see AJ back in the game then. Because we haven't seen AJ for a while. I can't remember the last time we seen AJ. AJ, wasn't it? With
Logan
Cody
Paul is also on here, but it hasn't been that long.
Wasn't AJ Cody's first title defense?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Because I remember the feud happening during that draft night that I was at.
I feel like AJ has had a really great career, and I feel like he should retire. You know, I've said this multiple times before, but you know, AJ's getting close to the point of retirement. Like, he even hinted to it himself before it ended up being a trap.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
All right, so there's anything else that you want to add, King? That's cool. I'm just gonna go through and kind of do like a little review thing. So we got Jey Uso versus Braun Strowman, LJ Dragunov and Pete Dunne collide for the Intercontinental Championship to take on Breakker. Whoever will win will go on and take Breakker. We got Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill defend their titles against the Unholy Union. We got the Wyatt Six take on American Made in a street fight. We got Bret Hart returning to Raw in Calgary, Alberta, Canada this Monday. Drew McIntyre responds to his heinous actions on CM Punk. We've got Zelina Vega and Lyra Valkyria and an enlisted surprise superstar to battle Pure Fusion Collective. And then Dirty Dominic Mysterio will contends with Dragon Lee. So they're going to be taking on each other. Probably Liv. I don't know what's all going to end up happening there. I'm sure Ray will probably end up being involved. I'm sure Liv's going to get involved. It could be something like that. Or it might just be, a normal one-on-one match. But I do think they're going to do something regarding that. I do think Liv or someone's gonna interfere that, and then Ray will be out there.
Chad, if you ever want to come in and share your thoughts, maybe even ask some questions, just join the server.
Join the Discord server.
It's pinned in the chat right now.
Or you can go in the description. It'll always be in the description in my link tree. You can join the Discord from there. And just state that you're specifically for WWE content. We'll get you to WWE role, stuff like that, and you'll be good to go.
Yep. And I always keep up on WWE news. And
if you're into Fortnite or anything else that we do in the Discord, be sure to let us know. We get you those roles too.
I do news on what's going to happen tonight. and I do recaps pretty much exactly after Monday Night Raw ends.
Yep.
King
keeps us all up to date on that in the Discord.
I keep track on the WWE Twitter and everything. So, I also keep track on news. Yeah, if you guys ever want to join, ask questions, maybe even share your own videos and photos from WWE events, you can.
Yep, we've got a whole section for that.
I also keep track of confirmed matches as soon as they are announced. Well, officially announced.
Heck yeah.
So
King does a lot in the server to keep us up to date on the WWE stuff and what happens and recaps and stuff like that. So
it's a lot of work. So please also go follow my channel.
Yeah, for sure, my dudes.
It's a lot of work.
Awesome YT. Go check him out.
Yep. No ease. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end. I think that's where.
Well, if you guys enjoyed the podcast, be sure to drop a like. You guys will probably see this on the main channel. That's where I post the podcasts. And yeah, King, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you joining and doing this with us. And
on my channel, I will have a playlist on my channel for the podcast if you ever want to listen as well.
For sure. So yeah, go check out King, my dudes, if you guys haven't already. And other than that, I think that's pretty much all we have to say for this podcast.
Yeah, Dylan, thank you for having me.
Yep, for sure, King. Hopefully you guys all enjoy. Be sure to drop a like, and we'll see you guys in the next one.